That's better. Okay.
Good morning. As you can see, we've got a new feature on the stream, and that is a face cam. This is an experiment. I don't know how well it's going to work. The built-in iOS camera app seems to do fine with the light change. I need to put a little hood on here because there's too much light coming in from the light that's directly above the camera. OBS camera doesn't do such a great job. Like, it blows my face out a lot when I lean down, and that's where I'll be spending a lot of my time. I don't know. It's an experiment. We'll see. But yeah, I have an old phone that, you know, it's got a perfectly serviceable front-facing camera on it, so might as well point it at myself and go from there. Because the face cam is such a small portion of the screen, it doesn't really need to be, you know, the best quality or the best highest resolution, lowest noise, all that stuff. It just needs to not completely suck. So, it's an experiment, like I said. Plus, do I have to? I do have two mics enabled.
There we go. For some reason, OBS, when you turn on a new source that has audio, it doesn't actually put it in the mixer until you actually start using it, which is fun, and I forgot about it. So when I added the camera, which is just a phone, so it has a microphone built into it, it wasn't there. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. But I forgot about that part, that it was going to come back. So I just had to mute the other mic. It's fine. Sorry about how long it took to catch that. But it's all good. Yeah. So, yeah, today, so one thing, when I was doing the iPad experiment the other day, I had a different template set up for my OBS, with slightly squished horizontally frame, in large part because the iOS is 4:3, whereas my stream is 16:9, or not 4:3, but it's not 16:9. It's slightly narrower than that, so there's room on the side for stuff. But I'm gonna do that with this too. Not scale it or not squish it because I don't like stretch vision, but I'm going to crop it down on the sides a little bit and add the face cam off to the side and like my logo in the corner and stuff like that. But I haven't done that yet for this scene collection. OBS has scene collections, and since the equipment setup and stuff is totally different for streaming from the iPad to the streaming box to all that stuff versus streaming from cameras, I decided to make a separate scene collection for it. So yeah, anyways, today we're back on the Ferris Bling. If you were here yesterday, first of all, thank you, and thank you if Pierre sees this later or is here or something. That chip was really tough. Very rewarding feeling when I got done with it, but it was not easy at all. It was very, I needed a banana and stuff like that. And so if we go by the kind of build guide order, it says, you know, go in order of the most components to the least components. Well, I skipped the diodes and I skipped the RGBs because I was like, y'all don't want to sit here and watch me solder diodes for 2 hours. I've done plenty enough of that. So, so I skipped those. But since I don't want to start off the day with like the most annoying, difficult component, maybe not annoying, the most difficult components I've ever soldered, I am going to solder some diodes for a little bit, just to kind of warm up, you know, get the tip, some good tinning going on, and, you know, just have a nice, I'm not going to do all the diodes, I don't think. I might do them all on one side, but, like, just a nice start to the day. So, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm kind of tempted because those glass diodes are really growing on me versus these kinds of diodes. I'm tempted to put the glass diodes on instead of these. And you know what? I'm going to. And you know why? Because this is bling. Those diodes are blingy or something. I don't know. Whatever. Because they're glass. Who knows? Yo, Linux Fish. And also Leah, and also Mr. T. And everyone who is here. Good morning. So now you get to watch all my weird facial expressions while I solder, and while I'm like, where's my thing that I'm looking for? Yeah, this is gonna be, it's an experiment. Okay. See, I'm doing it already. Where's my tools? And then you also get to see me look past all of this lighting and stuff to my monitor to actually be able to read chat. Okay. So I want this. Alright, I'm going to turn the brightness up on this camera a little bit. Whoops. No, stop. I did just order some new lighting stuff. Not to replace what I have, but to augment what I have. So I got some soft boxes that attach to these lights, which will hopefully make the glare reflecting that a little bit nicer. So it's not so hard to light black PCBs and stuff like that. But also hopefully replace these like crappy, I say cardboard shrouds. That's too much. That's way too fancy of a term for them. I've literally ripped a couple of pieces of cardboard off of a box and blue taped them to the light to try to keep the light out of my eyes a little bit. And they just fall off all the time. It's high quality stuff. So hopefully those light boxes or those diffusers, whatever, soft boxes will help with multiple things. I also bought a photo studio style light box, so hopefully future shots of keyboards after I build them and whatnot will be a little nicer looking because they'll be lit better. It's just a big folding white cardboard box basically, but you know, it doesn't need to be fancier than that really. Really? I'm already having issues this morning. This is why I'm starting with diodes. So I can get everything going pretty nicely and get warmed up and let the coffee take hold. I also have a new fan that I just ordered. Well, I say ordered. So someone on the PDX Keyboard Club Discord, I was talking to people about 3D printing fan blades and stuff because I saw some YouTube videos recently. Someone was like trying out different fan blades that people had designed to check, you know, flow and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, I wonder if anybody here has messed with that as for like a fume extractor. And one person was like, actually, yeah, there's this fan that I have. Whoops, that's backward. No, it's not. It's not bad. There's this fan that I have that is basically silent when you use it, and he 3D prints a box to hold it in. And that print also holds the filter and the fan itself and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, and I happen to have all of the parts to build one right now if you want one. So he's doing that for me. Oh my god. Okay. What's it pivoting on? Oh, just junk on the thing here? Okay, well. So I'm looking forward to that, which might mean that we get a little ASMR soldering, because I can turn the noise filter off on the microphone and you don't just hear the fan. Of course, then you just hear me breathing, which maybe isn't as nice, but or isn't good rather, but we'll see. gonna experiment with some stuff. If nothing else, it's quieter for me. You know, I do have noise canceling headphones on, but I can still hear, like, these aren't great noise canceling headphones. So I can still hear the fan quite a bit. These were standard issue noise canceling headphones at my previous job. I prefer my AirPods, but with the sound setup I have going on this machine, if I use my AirPods, it tries to use them as a microphone as well, which means I get cell phone codecs, and the audio quality is terrible for listening to music, so. But these work even though they're wireless. I don't know why. I don't ask questions. Oh, I also finally set up a bot in Discord, or in, well, in Discord too, but Discord is not launched yet. In the YouTube thing, so there's a, Nightbot is in here. And other than a command for Discord, I don't have any stuff enabled or anything like that, but, if y'all have feature requests or command requests or anything, please, by all means, let me know. I do like a lot of the stuff it has for moderation because it gathers a lot of data about, like, how often people are around, you know, for regulars and stuff like that. And so, like, eventually there are, like, roles that can be added. And if it becomes a problem, that can help with, like, slow mode or whatever, because regulars wouldn't be affected by it. Slow mode protects the channel from flooding. I don't know. All things that I probably won't need to worry about for some time until my channel gets bigger. But speaking of my channel getting bigger, I checked earlier, I have 98 subscribers. Which, you know, when I think about how many subscribers, like, LGR and stuff like that has, that's nothing. But 98 is almost 100. And that's more subscribers than I've ever had. And it blows my mind that 100 people would be like, you know, I kind of want to see this guy's videos, and they click a button so that something, it shows up in their YouTube feed. I don't remember exactly what happens at 100 subscribers in terms of, like, it unlocks features from YouTube. But I think it does unlock some things, like I think it maybe unlocks monetization, but I don't know. I know I can't do mobile streaming, air quotes, until 1,000 subscribers. Which is kind of annoying because YouTube is like, well, the iPad is a mobile device. It's like, well, sure, but so is a laptop. And my iPad is much more, I use it much more as a laptop than a mobile device. I don't know. YouTube's rules, if I want to play in their sandbox, I gotta play by their rules. But I did say for 100 subscribers I was going to launch my Discord, so I spent a good portion of yesterday working on my Discord. And I need to write up some rules and a little about page. And then basically launch it. I'm excited and terrified at the same time. But it should be fun. Since the beginning, I've wanted a place where I can discuss the channel, like the YouTube channel, outside of chat. Like outside of YouTube chat, the stream chat. Because, you know, that's where I might get ideas about streams, or for streams and stuff like that. Or just like, oh hey, I watched your video and there were this problem, someone watching the later videos. I don't know. So I'm about to have a place for that. And plus, one cannot have too many cats channels. And my Discord has the cats channel. It's all inclusive. I mean, any pet is fine. But I will be officially launching that when I get back from my, when my dad is gone, when he leaves. Okay. That's all the diodes on that hand. Let's say, should we try this? Nervous. I'm really nervous. Okay, so there's my paintbrush. There's my flux. Alright, let's fire up. Safari here. And because we're gonna need it, let's get the microscope out and see how my Mac Mini performs with 3 different cameras going into it. Okay. So, we have our surface mount pad here for the RGB controller, just like yesterday. We look on here, the dot is associated with pin 0, which is the lower left. We have this. Okay, let's hook this up So the fun part about where the camera is mounted is it's magneted to the plate that is the lights are connected to, so is this. So this might actually be in the way a little bit, but I'm gonna try to finagle it so it's not. But that's part of the experiment, is that, like, I might just not care if that's in the way a little bit. Because I probably won't. Okay. Alright, so we've got our controller here, or our driver here for the LEDs, RGBs. I want to get my hooky tweezers out, because that seemed to work pretty decently yesterday. Smear on some flux. Give this a try. I'm actually gonna put this, just kind of slap it on here any old way for a second, because I need to load up the iron. With some blobage. I'm gonna make it extra sure we have a good tin here. If I've said it before, or if I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. Make sure you're not breathing the fumes of this stuff in. It hurts. It hurts real bad. And if it hurts, it's probably not good for you. At least going into your lungs. Okay. Here goes nothing. Got some fuzz on the end of my tweezers here. Okay. Son of... Let's get this out of the way. I am actually going to try my clampy tweezers. Okay. This is the fun part. And maybe that is actually tinned a little bit. Okay, let's take a look here with our handy dandy microscope. And of course, I can't see it. Can I see it like that here? Yes. Okay. I think it might actually be on there. Yeah, it doesn't want to move. Okay. So, alright. So, because it's actually connected, yeah, I did this yesterday, Fish. It was challenging. But got it to work eventually. Alright, let's see here now. Whoops. Yeah, there's too much shmoo. You need to hit it directly, I think. I'm not looking for perfection, I'm just looking for alignment, and I can't tell if that's lined up or if that's offset. I think it's lined up. If we judge by the other pads, I think we're good. And if we judge by the corners. Yep, okay, I'm gonna call that lined up. Nailed it in one. I tell you what, this microscope keeps proving itself a worthy purchase. Get out of my way. Yeah, and I have new lighting and all sorts of stuff. I have indeed stepped up my game. Okay. Alright, so we've got one bridge here. It's fine. We've got a bunch of dry pads here. Looks like, maybe. Unless they're just buried under the flux. We've got also a bunch of dry pads here. Okay, we're making progress. I learned yesterday that this just, in a lot of ways, just requires a lot of patience. Okay, there we go. We've got some good tinage on that side now. Let's clean this off. I know we're not done, but it's messy. I just want to get it so I can see things more easily. Okay. Here we go with so we still, I didn't try to fix those, but we still have those bridges there. Those are still looking awfully dry. But this side, let me see if I can turn this around and get a better exposure. This side looks perfect. And the bottom needs a little more. So we've got it's hard to get a good image with this thing. Okay, so we need a little more, we need some love on this side, for sure. Yeah, there we go. To fix that bridge. Okay. Cool. We are, like I said, we're making progress. So it's just the bottom, the left, and one bridge. Okay. One sec, I have a phone call. And we're back. So, let's see how this round did. Beautiful. And a couple, well, I know we don't need that one right there, but we do need that middle one. So I'm gonna hit that side, but we're getting really close, and then I need to fix that bridge. Hello, Pierre. As you can tell, I am doing a lot better today at this than I did yesterday. No lifted pads. I only have one bridge and 2 pads that need solder. Everything else is spot on. And it is really hard to get solder down in there. I kind of want to just squirt a tiny little bit of paste in there. Just a smidge of paste in there. Because at least then I can put the paste where I want it to go. Just kind of smear it a little bit. Hit it with just a little bit of heat here. That's better. Beautiful. Just that one bridge now. On the back corner. I think I just made a couple more bridges. I did. Okay. Oh, wait. Get just a tiny little more bit of solder on the iron here. And we'll just kind of lob. Whoop. Okay. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Boom. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so we've got all soldered and no bridges. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. That went so much better. Oh, I can do this here now. That went so much better than yesterday. So much better than yesterday. I mean, we're what, like 40 minutes in, and I did a bunch of diodes and that pad, or and that component. Just beautiful. All right, let's see what we have next on the docket. Tenting puck. I'm gonna skip on those for now. I'm gonna skip on the TRS jacks for now. I'm gonna do this here capacitor, which is down in the. Actually, let me just clean this up just a tiny bit. Okay. Do this capacitor right here, which is 4.7 nanofarad. Right here. Oops. Only need one of them, but all three of them came out. We're doing this again, I take it? Alright. Let's just get a little flux on here and see if that helps. I can do this on tiny joints I can barely see, but I can't do it on joints that I could, like... I could drive a friggin' bus and park on top of. Okay. Alright, pretty sure that's better. Okay, that's good enough. Whatever. If it doesn't work, it's first place we'll look. Okay, next. One resistor, right hand in the middle. 10K ohms. Right there. Okay. Bidirectional diode. Isn't that just a wire? All right, what does a bidirectional diode do? And of course, the thing I only have one of falls on the floor. Transient voltage suppression. Okay. Okay. Nice. It basically blocks when the voltage goes too high or something like that. I mean, as a ham, I am probably supposed to know these things. Including, like, the physics of how they work and how to make them by hand. Since they're bidirectional, I'm assuming it's not polarized. Only transmits when the voltage exceeds the limit. Okay. Okay. Schottky barrier diode. Schottky barrier diode is definitely one in the ham radio book that I don't know about. I remember reading about it a little bit, but I have no idea what it is. This is why I am only a general licensed ham, not an extra class. And I'm pretty sure I only barely passed the general. Not that I need either of those things for 99% of what I do with ham radio. Think of it as two regular diodes, and you see the breakdown voltage starts to transmit, voltage peak passes through. Okay. So is it then like wired to dump into a thing, like something that can handle that much heat or that much current? No idea. Okay, and I'm assuming line goes on the right because that's pad 0 on the thing. Protects against shocks, for example, super high voltage, negligible currents. Okay. So that's part of the ESD protection stuff. There we go. Dropout regulator. Okay. All right, Pierre, so I love the presentation, but these little plastic things are hard enough to get pulled up as is without a big honk of hot snot on them. That one wasn't so bad, but for the Schottky diode was just like, what? Okay, IO expander. So this one has a lot of little legs, but it's so much bigger. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh. Also, I don't know whose hot snot this is, but let's whew. Can I get in here with the knife? No, the legs are too tall. And I already bent one of the legs. Damn it. Okay. Let's see, will alcohol take this stuff off? Yes. Pro tip, alcohol works really well on hot snot. Okay, so the dot goes in the upper left. Okay. That's going to want to move around on me, so I'm going to tape it down real quick. I'm gonna swap out tips again. This one is just not doing it for me today. Ah. What time is it? Wow, it's only 12:15. Alright, we're gonna try the same trick we did on the little teeny surface mount. And just flux this all up real good. And just hit this with a pile of solder. Okay. I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit for this. Since these are bigger legs. Okay, so I don't think that technique works as well on these bigger pieces, because there's just too much solder to suck up onto the tip. So I think what I need to do is lay down some flux here and just dab at it with the wick. There, that's better. That's better. Better living through flux. Yep, that looks great. Cool. So that's on. Let's see. Diode array. Goes on the left hand. Alright, and the 0 pin is the top left. Let's double check that's the right pin. Of course, it's impossible to tell, isn't it? Nope, there's a teeny tiny little dot on there. It was just hard to see because there was a little bit of wet or something on there. Okay, so okay. I'm getting really a lot better at those. Okay. Ooh, here's the fun one. The big controller. Okay. Oh, this won't be too bad. Famous last words, right? Okay. So, pin 0, lower left. And there is no ground pad underneath here. So I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna try to keep the shmoo from under the part, but only a little bit. Alright, let's fire up the microscope again. Yeah, that is one huge bridge on the bottom there, but it looks to be lined up. I kind of want to rotate it to clockwise just a touch, because some of those legs are awfully close. No, not rotate clockwise, slide down. Whoops. Okay. What? Oh, beautiful. Okay, so that side's aligned perfectly. That side is aligned nicely. I mean, it could go just a touch further, but I'm afraid that's pretty much what I tried to do last time. Let's see if that made a difference at all. That's better. That's much better. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. Okay, so I think that this side here actually nailed it in one, maybe? No, we got a whole bunch of bridges there. Whole bunch, but it's close. Get a bunch of flux on there. Get a tiny bit of pretty sure that's still one big bridge. Yeah. Oh. It moved or something. What the hell happened here? How is that offset when this side isn't? Okay, well. Which directions does that need to go? To the right. Alright, so what I think I'm going to try to do here is get most of the solder off of these legs. And then use my little tweezers to just move them one by one a little bit until they're lined up. I don't know why this side is crooked and that side is straight. I don't know why everything is aligned except for this bottom row. But I have a feeling it has to do with the fact that I was trying to move this a little bit. And it just wasn't hot enough or something. So instead of moving the whole component, it was just bending the legs. And then of course it soldered itself back into place. As you can see, the legs are right in the center. It's like half a leg off. Almost perfectly half a leg off. But everything else is lined up. I mean, that's all bridged, but that's fine. Okay. Well, yeah, and they are not quite desoldered enough for this. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. Okay. I'm going to punt on this for now. I think to fix this, I'm probably going to want, even before I made it worse, I'm going to want to hot air this, I think. Because if it's positioned at a slight angle, I would think that would show up on the other sides as well. But, I don't know. This is going to be a lot of work to try to do by hand, and I don't know if it's really possible. Especially because I just made it way worse. Way, way worse. Yeah. I've been looking for an excuse to buy a hot air station for a long time anyways. I think it's just gonna happen. So, yeah, that being said, there are plenty more things on this board that I can solder, so I'm going to do that. Sadly, we're not going to get a money shot today of this working, but we should get everything else soldered. $500 milliamp polyfuse. Yeah, I think I checked the alignment on the other 3 sides, saw that they were perfect, and assumed that that meant this side was perfect. Went and soldered the other ones. And now I've got a big mess. It's fine though, like I said, I've been looking for an excuse to get a hot air station. Ah. Alright, let's get rid of the microscope. Go back to just that. Got the fuse on. Reset switch. Yeah. I've seen people do stuff like use like paper clip and stuff like that to heat up all 4. Hot air I think will be easier, and like I said, I've been looking for an excuse, so I think as I do more of this stuff, I'm gonna want to do more integrated controllers, so hot air will be very useful to have anyways, so it's fine. It's not actually stuck on that side, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, hot air is... I mean, there's a reason it's called hot air rework. Because you're reworking the component. NPN transistor. Okay. USB-C connector. So the nice thing about this, even though it has a bunch of tiny little surface mount legs on it, it also has 4 big legs that you solder. Or you can, and I'm going to. And that'll hold it in place while I solder the little legs. Just make sure those are lined up correctly on that side. Well, that didn't work. My cardboard light shade, high quality professional setup keeps falling down. Right, y'all can't see it, but that's beautiful. Okay. Alright. So that is everything but the LEDs and the diodes. So, real quick here, I'm just going to finish up the diodes and call it a day and go shop for a hot air station. If you have any recommendations, let me know. But I'm probably going to look for Hako. I've priced Wellers before. They are way more expensive than I want to spend. I think they were something like $300 or $400. Not what I'm looking for. But a Hako, I think, is probably just fine. They seem to be a reputable brand, so yeah. And then, by the time that arrives, my dad will have gone home. I'll have my 3D printer up and running. And all that fun stuff. And we can revisit this. Finish it off. My local electronics supply store has a Hako, but it's a combined Hako solder and rework station, and I have a perfectly good soldering station. So it'd be kind of nice to have it integrated so it's one plug, but at the same time, I don't want to pay for the extra soldering station part of it when I already have a perfectly fine soldering station. Those light softboxes cannot get here fast enough.
Come to me, please. Take me there.
Alright, and might as well, while we're at it, TRRS jacks. And then call it a day. A little frustrated with the progress today. Well, not with the progress. I feel really good about the progress, in fact. Because this went pretty nicely. Really, really nicely. This went pretty nicely. You know, I got overconfident and haste makes waste and all that stuff and just screwed the pooch on the controller itself. But I will say that I think when I really made it worse, I think I was already at the point of I need to remove the whole controller and fix this or something. So I don't think I made it that... Or I don't... Like, I was already in rework station territory. I think. So... Clipping the legs before soldering? Why is that? They're not going to stick out any worse than the switches, are they? Plus they go into a case. So I'm not so worried about stuff sticking out of the bottom of the board. And I can always flush cut too. Okay. We'll try it. I've got plenty more of those, so... Oh, you can see I've got my safety glasses on. The space cam thing is a game changer. Alright, and just to make it so it flows into there like I want it to, I'm gonna just squeeze a little bit of flux in those. So what I've seen people do with trying to get those nice and flush like that is to solder, flush cut, and then reflow. I've never tried it because I've never cared. But I might just try that on a couple of switches on this board. And then if that works, continue. And if it doesn't work to my satisfaction, I will try the flush cut then solder method. But that just, I feel like that adds more labor. I do at least know that your switch footprints are nice and tight, because I've built at least 2 other boards now with those switch footprints, and they hold on real nice. So I'm not worried about having to screw around with that. And I if I haven't said it to you directly, Pierre, thank you for your switch footprints, because it's really, really nice when You pop a switch in the board like that, and it stays in place when you flip it over instead of falling out. Alright. That's enough for today. Okay, so hot air station. Yeah, the next stream is going to be... The next several streams are going to be really exciting because hot air station, 3D printer, do some ZMK work maybe? I don't know. I ordered even more stuff for for prototyping and that good stuff. So I've got breadboards and wires and just all kinds of fun stuff on the way. So hopefully I get these touchpads going, because that'll be really nice. And if not, well, it'll be a fun experiment anyways. So yeah, I don't know what's going to be next. It won't be until at least next Wednesday. I have a feeling it's going to be 3D printer time, because by next Wednesday I'm going to be so like, God, I want to get this printer going, that I'm just going to do it. But I should also have the hot air station by then, because I'll order from Amazon or get it from the local store or something. And yeah, then we can get this fixed up and do some printing of some stuff. If all PCB accepts my order, I'm gonna have at least 5 2% milk PCBs. So, because I think I've decided I'm just gonna leave that one that I screwed up in the I screwed this up pile as a permanent member of that collection. But then I get to, like, you know, test my printer by printing a 3D, you know, a 2% milk case, and putting it together and being like, look, I ordered the PCBs for this, I built it, and I printed the case for it. So there, I'm awesome or something. And then once the hot air station gets in and I feel like doing it, we'll revisit this and see how that goes. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna be gone until next week, so I'll see you all then. And let me know how the face cam thing worked, if it worked, if it didn't, if it sucks, if you want me to, like, different angle, I don't know. And I'm gonna play around with the layout too. So anyways, I'm calling it a stream here. Thank you all for hanging out. And and see you around. See you later.